Hello, friends. Welcome. This is Monday evening, and as usual, 6 o'clock, I come in front of you with business tips and tricks. Welcome to Akulmach Live. My name is Chandrakant. You know me, I meet you every Monday. And today we have a very interesting topic to discuss, and that is about AI. How AI is going to change our life. And there are a lot of concerns. Also, there are a lot of excitement. So, we have called certain industry leaders. I will introduce all the industry leaders to you today, and we will have a discussion. Uh, there are different point of views that will be offered, and since we are live, you can actually ask questions to uh, you will ask the questions based on whatever you feel is concerning matter for you. So now I'm live in front of you, and therefore I will go to the first guest that I'm presenting, and that is Mr. Iklak Bari. Iklak Bari, welcome to the show. Hope you can see us. And Iklak does not require any introduction. 3 decades in the industry, very illustrious career. And Iklak is also the CEO of X.O. Iklak, over to you. Why don't you explain what you do? I think you are for AI, so over to you, Iklak.
Yeah, thank you very much, CK. Good evening to all the listeners. My name is Akulmach Bari, EB in short. I am the founder and CEO of X.O Consulting. Uh, okay, just 1 second. And we are into master classes, workshops, and consulting with respect to AI, generative AI, and digital. It's just been 6 months. It's a new entrepreneurship journey. And generative AI is a very exciting topic, something that is about to transform the world as we know it today. That's my introduction, CK. Thank you very much. Okay.
Great, Iklak. So welcome, and I think we are going to hear many things from you, from your experience, and you're
Okay,
already
CK, I'm
training
unable to hear you.
the youngsters. And all right, so our next guest is Seema. Seema is joining us from Pune. Welcome to the show, Seema. And Seema is the head of
All right. So
HR.
our next
Very
guest is
important role.
Seema. Seema is joining us
And
from
so welcome,
Pune.
Seema.
Welcome to the
Introduce
show,
yourself.
Seema. And Seema is the head of HR. Very important role. And so welcome, Seema. Introduce yourself.
I think there is a double voice somewhere.
Okay, so uh, people, if your mic is on, you can switch off the mic and uh, just look at one of the feeds and hear from there. So Seema, continue. I'm not getting any echo from your side. Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I guess there's a little bit of confusion on the tech space. Okay, so I'm going to start over. Yeah, I'm Seema Raghunath. I have spent about 2 decades in the space of HR, and I've always been pro progress, but at the same time, I am definitely someone who's saying that AI has its merits, it has its pluses. Like mechanization started with a lot of pluses to ease life and make your life, more fun and worthy and give you greater productivity. We've been open to mechanization. We were open to computerization, but those are all things that promised not to replace you. And AI seems to somewhere threaten the brain of the human being. That is where I come in saying, hey, wait a minute, you might want to think about this a little more. So I'm not against the AI. I'm talking about using AI robotics in the right spaces and maybe limited to STEM, the STEM spaces of science, technology, and engineering, maths, but not like open source for everybody because it's definitely going to dumb children. And the more I see kids using ChatGPT in schools and colleges, I worry about the future because that means you're creating dependence, and it's like the best dumbing program that you can ever think of. So, from a pure HR standpoint, I worry about employability. I'm coming from the space that is looking at data. If coders are going to go, if gamifiers will go, animation people are history. If programmers are non-functional anymore, testers won't be required because AI for testing is a different stage. I mean, I can look at pretty much everything from interior decorators to fashion designers. Everything can be erased, right? You've got vloggers and even an anchor. We can create you, Chandrakant, on AI. You see, you can create panelists on AI. You see, so I come from that space that says India is a highly populated country. We are 1.45 billion, and we don't have the same issues that the West has. A lot of these technologies were designed for the West to address their deficit and their gaps in the talent space. India will have to use this cautiously. So I'm coming from the space of use AI, but use it with caution and use it in the right places, which means my advice is stronger governance. Thank you.
Great, Seema. So great. I think you have a different view. I think unlike like Iklak, who is a proponent of AI, and you are saying that we have to be very cautious. So great. Welcome to the panel, and I will actually go through all the panelists one by one, and then we will open it for open discussion. It is going to be very, very interesting. Welcome, Seema. Next, we have Rahul, who is joining us from Mumbai. Rahul, welcome to Akulmach Live. Rahul is a well-known management consultant and executive coach. Rahul, over to you. Introduce yourself.
Yes. I'm Rahul Matiwala. I'm into business education coaching consultancy, and I have studied a little bit of AI. AI is actually not a new concept. It was used many times, but what has caused a sort of a revolution is the generative AI. That which is very famous software is ChatGPT, and that AI was could use the normal natural language, and that has brought it into the mainstream, and that actually has it's like it has benefits, like significant benefits, because now even those who are not experts can get many things done using AI, and many tasks can become. But of course, there are some issues of certain jobs getting this thing, and becoming redundant or less important or all that. So that of course will be covered in the subsequent discussion. So actually, yes, AI has both pros and cons, but I am more in favor of AI, and I think people should look at the positive aspects of it.
Great, Rahul. Welcome to this discussion, and I will come back to you with a question, and we will put you in debate. Congratulations, and most. Next, we have Srinivas, who is joining us from Hyderabad. Srinivas actually runs, as you can see in his background, he runs a IT company specializing in AI solutions. Srinivas, over to you.
Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are attending for this. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity to participate in the AI journey. Yeah, I'm Srinivas from I am Srinivas from AI Robo Consulting Services Private Limited, Hyderabad. So, my perspective on AI job security, just before going to the pro and con, just I would like to say something.
Srinivas, you can
What
switch
is
off your
artificial
speaker.
intelligence?
If it is open, you can switch off
Artificial
your speaker.
intelligence is the mimicking of human intelligence, human brain. Rather, robotic process automation is mimicking human actions. So, in this case, when artificial intelligence mimicking human action, nothing but thinking like a human and take the decision, it took over the human work. So, here the important debate point is whether in this case artificial intelligence going to take over the human intelligence, human decision making. If we able to have perfect clarity on this one, we can have whether fear of losing the jobs or getting the jobs. So what are the decisions, important decisions as a human we're going to take? Those were taken over by AI system. In this case, can AI system going to take the complete decision on behalf of human? So in this debate, as of now, we are in starting stage. There is no artificial intelligence system 100% take the decision without human interaction, human collaboration. So here AI system and human collaboration both together going to complete the task, and over a time the AI intelligence will take care of 100%. And nowadays some industries having some most of the percentage and having confidence that we are going to win in AI intelligence. So in this case, how much percentage AI systems and how much percentage human going to interact in order to complete the task. So in this case, if AI intelligence is more percentage, human intelligence is human decision making is less percentage in that area, in those domains, in that industries, it's going to not lose the jobs, transition going to happen. Here,
So,
whether
Srinivas, sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to
especially
interrupt
for the
you.
jobs related, there are so many minds in everyone's mind. I would like to show a simple example. For example,
Srinivas, I'll come back to you with more
can I go
detailed
ahead with the
question.
example, Chandrakant?
We will come back to you, Srinivas. We will have a great time and opportunity to discuss these finer details. So I will actually first go for the opening comments from for everyone, and then I'll come back to you, Srinivas. So welcome, Srinivas. Yes,
Okay,
I can
sure.
hear you.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Thank you.
Next, we have on the panel is Ritu Gupta, who is joining us from Delhi. Ritu Gupta, welcome to our live stream and live show. And please introduce yourself. Ritu is actually from the advertising industry. We have an interesting discussion about AI. Ritu, please introduce yourself. Can you hear me, Ritu?
Action.
All right, so we will fix the audio with Ritu. Meanwhile, we have another Srinivas on the panel, and Srinivas is joining us from Chennai. Srinivas, are you there? Srinivas, can you hear me? Srinivas from Chennai. So it looks like that Srinivas is not able to hear us. All right, so let's start the debate. And the question that we have in mind, everybody's mind, is that AI is coming in a very big way, and AI is going to take up a lot of jobs, which is a reality. I personally feel that AI is going to take up the jobs which are repetitive in nature, which are mundane in nature, so that the humans can do bigger things in life and can be more creative. So that is the question. We have two ideologies on the panel. One side, I would like to call Iklaq, who actually deal with AI every day, day in, day out. And other side is Seema, who is quite worried about AI coming and taking over our lives. So that is a question. Are people going to lose their job in reality? That is a question that we want to ask as a first. Tackle the bigger, look at the bigger picture, tackle the situation that we have. All right, so I will call Iklaq and Seema for an open debate here. So first with Iklaq.
Yes,
Yes, I'm there
people
on
will
the
lose
street.
their jobs because it is just like how computers were introduced earlier, and then many of the computationally heavy tasks were shifted. So same way, this AI will create shifts in jobs. But so what will happen is uh, many of these jobs which as you said, repetitive and mundane in nature, will shift. But the point here is we need to get better at using from the application point of view. AI becomes very important, and that will help people in retaining their jobs, because now they will have better capabilities. So, for example, in content writing, people can use AI
No,
to
YouTube has
give
not
better
stopped.
content, and then so and then person is if they are able to make uh, mix it, that is use partial content which is generated by AI and partially by them, that will help. So that is the I will just uh, main thing. Anyway, I'll carry on. The debate is. So what I understood was that AI is now just going beyond text, and it is also going into creating images and even videos and all that. So it adds up lot of possibilities for the people. And but the thing is, people will have to really train themselves hard to train themselves hard and deep to get how they can leverage that AI capability. So what will happen is people will have to specialize in few things and use AI as a main instrument in which they will be performing their role. Otherwise, you know generic type of jobs will not be happening. I mean, there will be less demand for all that. That is my take on it.
Forget that the master of the coding space is your testing, and you can actually have a testing AI created on top as a special layer. So really, what's going to happen to Indian software engineers? Now, India has a huge population of kids who are good at physics, math, chemistry, general science, and they choose to go voluntarily to the space of engineering. Within the space of engineering, the number of takers for anything to do with software far exceeds hardware or mechanical engineering or civil, which is why there's already a very large headcount, not only within India, but exported out of India as expats on different types of visas all across the world. If AI comes in boasting that I'm going to be the superior brain and I'm going to go out and give you everything that engineers used to give you, my question is, who prepared the world? Which government is ready for this? What are you going to do? Just pull the plug on all these engineers, send them back and say, hey, now you invest another 2 years to become masters of how to use the AI, in which case my next question to you is, all you need is a prompt engineer. how many prompt engineers are you going to require, which is 1% of all the other engineers that you really require. So who understands English, the language, the nuances, the accuracy of your language, and there'll be some few masters of it. But a lot of other guys will sit there in question marks. And I'm only giving you an example of one space. I haven't touched design. So if I had to, code in or rather bucket people on basis of what they do in the workplace, you've got people who are good with creative skills and they're in creative jobs. Today, animators are not needed. You've got thousands and thousands of animation creating AIs. So the animators are pretty much sitting there jobless. You have graphic designers who are out of job. You've got content writers who are going to cry. Already, I'm a living example. I tried to test it out before I spoke or I voiced my objection. I tried an experiment. I had outsourced some work to vendors, and I had a bunch of people who would do my writing work. Even if it was a presentation deck, I'm giving the job to somebody and saying, this is what I want. And then there was another design team, a separate vendor, who's going out to create all kinds of creatives. Now, it doesn't matter whether they are very large physical creatives or EDM type of, electronic digital media type of creatives, but there's somebody who's getting paychecks. In each of these places, there's like 7 people sitting as designers, some 5 people sitting as writers. But when this AI thing came up, the generative AI, and you had ChatGPT coming into play, all I did was bring a boy in who knew how to do this, who was neighboring with all kinds of technology, all types of softwares, and he was good at writing those basic requirements as a prompt guy. In no time, he's coming to me in 48 hours flat with what would have normally taken a person lots of days of research. I was never genuinely happy with the quality, but if I had to say that I have to run with this and there's an emergency, I would just do it. I'm still of the opinion that artificial intelligence can never beat natural intelligence. They're not even close. But when you're talking about data collection drives and assimilating that data and throwing a certain amount of data, I think it gets that part of the job done. Which is why students today, schools and colleges, you give them activity, nobody's using their office, that brain is going to rust. What I would take months, sit in a library and go through books and store what I've read and put that into different schemas, open these boxes, connect the dots. Then I put in my effort into a project submission, which is sweat and blood, and I go back to the sweat and blood is what I'm presenting. And that would be my veritable IQ now. This is now part of my intelligence, Seema Raghunath's intelligence. But when these kids now sitting in colleges and universities just go out and type a prompt and they sit back, having a soda, because the system is going to bring like a scavenger into the universe of information and give them one damn paragraph. And that's it. My job's done. How much of this is going to be retained? Your job as part of the submission is done. But if I have to question you and challenge you 15 years later on something, you have no memory whatsoever because you didn't do any of it. You don't have any schemas, little boxes stored in your brain. That means the cranium is now going to have a lot of empty space, which is going to be filled with what? I have no idea. But my questions and my fears come again from the space that we are going to dumb a generation. Before this social media took on, there was a research done. And somewhere around 2010, a bunch of researchers came out making a prediction saying that 10% of the human population is going to be addicted to social media, all kinds of platforms. We're now in 2024. You or anyone on this panel has the guts to say it's 10% who's addicted. No. Everybody who's in urban India, who has a mobile phone and who has internet, is addicted to some app, to some social media or some kind of technology which is engaging your mind. So that means any kind of projection that they make AI is going to be equally wrong. But the scary part about AI is that everybody who's in the space of AI is talking like they are Mandela, wanting world peace and great progress and insaan tarakki karega, wo ho jayega, ye ho jayega. I'm happy, great, good, as long as your intentions are good. But who is to say that the knowledge of AI is not going to fall in the hands of a person who thinks like James Moriarty or a Mr. Burns? And that's the day destruction comes to your door, because frankly, One AI that becomes the superpower of many other AIs can bump off everything. War is not going to be fought on ground. War is going to be fought in the digital space. And these are going to start in the spaces of narrative. AI is totally capable of changing the narrative for anyone in any country, and we can all become victims of what it plans to tell you tomorrow. And there is going to come a time when the human brain will put that intelligence down, sharing their ethos, which is where my argument started first. I continuously was of the opinion that the ethos of the creator, the master operator, is going to reflect in the way AI begins to talk to the world. I was right about it, bang on, that's what Gemini is doing. That's what OpenAI is doing. You write about British colonial era, you want to talk about Napoleon Bonaparte, whoever that is only going to show you black people and colored people because it's already woke. So whoever created it, what about you woke people? What is throwing out into the world is woke. Garbage in, garbage out. Now, I come back to my point. True is to say that this was not, if managed, by a sinister Machiavellian someone. And there is no government. Modi government or whichever government, I don't care who it is, but I think India needs to cordon this off to a certain extent and say we're going to use it only this far. OpenAI is not going to be OpenAI to students. So you still got to use your brains and upper deck. World will not be forced by you sitting behind a laptop. Keyboard warriors is not the way the world is going to be executing itself. Your brain has to function to its maximum. And that is where I come from. A demand and a request for government to take charge because the West has a different agenda. They have very different reasons. They were importing immigrants, Indians and Chinese and Koreans, and they left knowledge of technology and NASA and medicine and research in the hands of people who are not their own. It is fear and necessity that caused them to create AI. But India doesn't seem to understand that. We think that it's a great gift and everybody's running with it, but you're going to see starvation in sometime when a lot of people lose jobs at the same time. And if what I'm saying happens to be true, it'll be too late because you didn't use governance at the right time. I'm not against it. I'm again telling you I'm not against it. I'm saying where are you going to use it is important. India has these rules. You want to go to space, please have OpenAI. We should have informed what Russia is doing and what Japan has done and US is and what SpaceX is doing and so on and so forth. Yes, you should. That shared data opens there for you to see and to learn and to make sure that you have accuracy in everything that you design and your, robotic scientists and your astronauts don't make the mistakes others did. Again, where is it being used? Sewage cleaners. Yeah, let's go and make robots with AI. Take away those jobs. You don't want to kill people there. Firefighters, let's get robotics and AI. You got surgery, which is very hard to perform. Yeah, you might want to use something like this there. But again, specializations in certain spaces where, the masses are going to feed themselves. You can't take that away. If you do, then the white-collar jobs to a very large extent at the base and at manager levels are going to get knocked off because strategy to a very large extent is not something that can be duplicated easily. So leaders will continue to have security. But a lot of these entry-level jobs get knocked off. And what are they going to be? DoorDash guys in the US and e-boys and Amazon boys in India, is it? I worry for them. I totally worry for them. And that's the only space of concern I come from. Thank you.
All right. So Seema, I think you opened your heart out and great. I think so. I tend to agree to certain extent. Personally, I think that AI is required, and what you are essentially saying is that the GPT, generative part of it, that is something that you're not comfortable with because that is going to spoil the youngster's mind. So now let's go to Srinivas. Srinivas is the CEO of AI RoboHub. And Srinivas, the question is, with your technology which you are developing, are you making people lose their jobs?
Yeah. My immediate answer is yes, and that is the myth. And the actual answer is no, because For example, if you think as a might is as a AI automation unit, if we implement, it may work equal to 5 members employee work, or it may work for instead of 10 hours of women workforce, it will complete in 1 hour. So in this case, in order to roll out that 1 hour work into the system, hundreds of members should work as an R&D. So here instead of 10 members, 5 members losing job, remaining 5 members plus AI system collaboratively working. So 5 members losing, but these 5 members not losing because that 5 members work which was replaced by AI automation system. In order to roll out that one, background in the R&D, hundreds of members should work. If those 5 members who is losing job, if they able to upgrade their technology, if they able to upgrade that towards AI technology, AI, machine learning, data, deep learning, and Python, that kind of technology if they learn, and their life is transforming like anything. Because these 5 members, they are the BPO employees. Example, their salary might be 25,000 around. In they upgrade to AI technologies, immediately their salary going to be 1 lakh around, and they are going to be part of hundreds of members. Here the job losers are only the lazy persons. Out of 10 members, who are the 5 members job replaced by AI system, if they're not able to upgrade their technology, because all the older technologies are stagnated, and the technology is shifting towards artificial intelligence, and they have to identify and they have to upgrade those technologies. And here one more thing, in the BPO, out of 10 members, after implementation of artificial intelligence enabled automated system like bot, it work for equal to 5 members. This in place of these 5 members, you know how many new jobs going to come. In order to roll out the system, there's a UI developers required, Python developers required, there are artificial intelligence models need to be developed, machine learning models need to be developed. Those should be upgraded, those should be deployed in the cloud. In this case, cloud technology enabled people required. The new infrastructure setup people required. There are so many new roles coming to picture. That is not one or two, hundreds, thousands of new roles coming to picture. Those are only background. Those are not forefront. In order to bring AI-enabled automation system into onboarded background, thousands of jobs created, they are going to work on. So indirectly, AI is providing new jobs. AI is providing higher jobs, and their economic system also going to increase drastically. And the job losers are lazy persons. That's my point. That's not my point. That's the actual, because the front viewer who are seeing AI-enabled system which is working, which is replacing 5 members, they're seeing only the system playing, automation system playing in place of 5 members. That only they are seeing. In order to roll out that, what are the hundreds of thousands of members background they are working? So many members don't know about that one except the persons who are in the field. So this is the new paradigm, this new shift going on. We have to upgrade and take. There are new jobs, new technologies, and one more important thing: the BPO employee is non-techie. Before this AI era, if they want to upgrade to .NET developer or Java developer, he has to upgrade so many technologies: UI technology, middleware, and the backend and deployment. All the things, so many things he has to upgrade. But in this AI era, even is not techie, BPO employee can easily upgrade and able to write the code in Python with little effort, little knowledge, and little training. So immediately he is rolled down from 25,000 per month salary to 1 lakh per month salary. That's the kind of shift is coming. Everyone has to understand the shift, how the technology going from stagnated to the new AI era. So in
So
this case,
Srinivas,
jobs
I
are
have a
creating.
question.
We are not losing the job. I'm appealing to the world. No need to worry. This is creating new jobs. Job losers are only who are lazy people, who are not willing to upgrade, who are sitting on comfort zone. Those are only losers. If you come out of the comfort zone, upgrade and catch out the transformation and who you are, what is the technology, what is the domain, and in your technology, in your company itself, as part of digital transformation, what kind of technology required. If you are able to upgrade, your company take you only first, not the new person. So that way, AI provides. Yeah,
What you're saying is, people who do not have funds, they do not have upgrade options, they are lazy people. I think that is not a fair thing to say, in my opinion. Simply because, and other side, you are also mentioning a point that it is very easy to learn Python, etc., etc., right? So, in my opinion, how many people will have aptitude to learn Python? And everybody cannot learn Python. Everybody cannot learn the AI prompt engineering. So I think uh, I tend to agree with Seema in this case, where she's saying that let's not introduce GPT function. Continue to use AI in the industrial development, but let's not have generative part of AI introduced in the schools and also in the education system. That is what her point was. Because if we follow that, then the learning will totally go out of the window. That is what her point. Seema, if I'm right, or did I rephrase what you were saying correctly? So, Srinivas, that is what I feel, that while you keep developing the AI for the industrial purposes,
yeah. Application of AI is not in a single way. There are so many domains, so many industries, though so many ways we have to implement them. So in this case, domain to domain, there are so many technologies we need to use. It's not mean everybody upgrade Python, or everybody should upgrade AI. Not like that. Here point is in which domain. For example, if the deployment side they are going, they should upgrade to cloud area. If they are looking for testing of the new application, they should go for testing in the new area, not in testing of old era, because there the testing is going, so many automated testing coming to picture, and that way he has to upgrade. If you wanted to learn testing in the manual, that's outdated. Even scripting also outdated. He has to upgrade the testing skills with respect to artificial intelligence, with respect to new technologies, with respect to industry 4.0 technologies. So not only Python, there are so many things in they have to identify as part of industry 4.0, as part of AI enabled technologies related to specific industry, what is required. It's not limited to single technology. That technology has to identify and upgrade. That's my point. And one more important thing, when AI solutions come into picture, we have to see this in two angles. One is business point of view, business perspective, and one is human employee point of view. So business demands, business is wanted AI technology as they are getting more flexible, they are getting more productivity, they are getting more cost saving. Business is demanding. But in the other way, employee point of view, as they are losing, if they are losing the job, that point of view, what we have to do. So obviously winner is business, because if the business demand the technology to be implemented in order to leverage that output, leverage that speedness, leverage that productivity, then obviously we have to follow, because that's the trend. In that case, human employee point of view, what we have to do, that we have to think. If we able to have a perfect roadmap where technology is trending, currently human workforce or current trend, current landscape in my organization, everybody has to think in that way. In my organization, that digital transformation with respect to AI, what is required, what I have to upgrade. If they are able to understand, if they upgrade, hundreds of jobs, thousands of jobs come into picture. That is my point. I'm not saying Dina Seema. Of course, our point of view that's great, and our point of also very nice. But my perspective of AI not take away any jobs. It is providing hundreds of thousands of jobs. It is providing the entirely drastic change in the technology. Now technology moving from stagnated older technologies to new technologies. That everyone has to understand where it is moving, how it is moving. It's never moved in the single way. It is moving in different ways. In which way it is moving, which path I have to take. If we able to understand, one able to understand and take up, then they are the winners, and they can take up the R&D part and uh, get into 25,000 around BPO salary to 1 lakh around software salary.
So great, Srinivas. So Seema, I have the last question from you. Seema, hope you can hear me. What policy makers should do in order to control the penetration of AI for especially for Indians? Because personally feel that if you are a fresher, if you are a pass out, you have no job right now because all your jobs are taken by the AI. That is my personal experience. Because when we were studying in the college, we had to basically work for 5 years to gain experience. Now, if the fresher is coming out, there is no question of gaining experience, learning how to be behaving under a manager as a team. None of those things matter anymore. So, how much the policymakers should do to control the penetration of AI? That's my last question, Seema, and you can voice your concerns on this.
Sure. So I think we got to understand that a big chunk of India has jobs which is direct interfacing, which is like a B2C model of operation. And I'm just going to give you simple examples of people who are in a serving role in a restaurant, who are in a banking role, giving you answers and, answering or giving you your solution. But there's another section of the B2C model that doesn't meet you face to face. However, it's still getting it done digitally, right? This is your call center type of a job. We have on record roughly about 4 lakh to 6 lakh young people in these kind of jobs. These very large organizations, roughly about 10 lakh if you have to gather all the smaller, call center kind of youth. And there are many that are not even registered large outfits, so the number could be much bigger than that. And these were opening jobs for a lot of young people, somewhere between 50,000 to 25, 30,000, not more than that. But it was an entry-level job, which is now going to be taken over by chatbots, which is going to be taken over by AI. I mean, when I remember companies like Ola, etc., when they first come in, they actually had a call center. And when chatbots came in, they knocked off the call center. It's extremely frustrating as a customer that when you have a cancellation or you have an abuse from a driver, there's nobody to talk to, but it's almost like deal with it, suck it up, too bad for you. Businesses have turned brute because of this arrogance of technology, and the more they stay unified as a community and everybody within an industry agrees that, we're just going to boycott for human beings and we'll just give you this technology and you be happy as answering these 5 potential issues because anything else we're not interested in because it doesn't serve our purpose nor our business. You empowered businesses to control your consumer going in the negative direction. And this is the reason why Amazon is a far better player in the market and continues to be the reigning top because they have retained call centers, they have retained human touch, they have understood the value of being able to talk to a real human being and not put it out as a chatbot solution. So I think first part is the segregation of what do we wish to continue because businesses are not going to or should not be allowed that much of monopoly. Businesses should not call the shots. It's the people who should call the shots on what you want and what parts of it can actually go to technology and AI. That's part 1. Part 2 is if governments actually come together to think about this, you'll realize this is not an India problem. It is a West versus East problem or the West versus the emerging markets problem. That would be the more accurate term to use as an emerging market problem, because Brazil, China, Russia, India, we're all very similar. South Africa, very similar in our problems. We are trying to come out of an era that was not good for us, and we've got a lot of history behind it. But in this journey, we've also got a lot of people. We have responsibilities towards our citizens to keep them outfed. These homes, they should have the stove burning. Any government in this space at this juncture will turn into an utter failure if they're not able to foresee the problems that AI could be a risk and will 100% be a risk. But if you've not factored who is AI as to what you're going to use first and what's going to be the area of question, then every such government will lose a large number of voters in the next election cycle, because that's your reality. Hunger is not going to give you votes, and unemployment cannot be something that we take casually, not in a developing country, not in emerging markets. And in the end, maybe BRICS will have to come together. BRICS has anyway created its own currency, and they want to create different types of economic walls. This might be the right time to say, yeah, we will stand unified and we'll decide how much of all this needs to come in. You've got in Kerala the first standing instructor. She's a teacher. I think her name is Ira or something like that. Iris, something like that. But she is going to be a teacher, an AI teacher. Are we saying that teacher jobs and teaching jobs are now going to be taken by AI? I don't see how this is going to be of great use to the community. First of all, education is not a place where it can't be put the two-way, and an educator comes with profound individual knowledge, and there's no way it can be duplicated by artificial intelligence. So I think we are force-fitting certain things just because it's a novelty. But again, I say diagnose and use AI to do predictive indexing of where is going to be your damage and how much. Cordon that off, and as a country, stand by protecting employment. Your first duty is food security. Don't bump it off in the name of technology. Thank you.
Great. I think we can end our discussion at this positive point, and we have realized the issue here. The issue is really the affecting the young mind. So thank you so much for all of you to join me live today. Rahul, Srinivas Rao from Hyderabad, Seema from Pune, Iklaq Bari from Delhi, Ritu Gupta, and Srinivas from Chennai, Ritu Gupta from Delhi. So great talking to basically know your views on this subject, which is very important. We will come back on this subject in future again, but thank you so much all of you for joining us live.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
So friends, we had a very interesting discussion today, and there were a lot of insights given by the industry leaders who joined us today live on our business section of Akulmach Live. So important thing is that job landscape is going to change for sure. And as Srinivas from Hyderabad, who actually runs the AI solutions company, has mentioned that it is the right time for all of us to realize that AI is coming, if not tomorrow, definitely coming 1 week from now. So get ready, embrace for the impact, and if you can learn new skills, this is the time to learn, because most of the repetitive work will go to AI. I think that is the reality, and we cannot emphasize. All the leaders have emphasized this, and our guest Seema, who joined us from Pune, she also said that we have to be very cognizant of the fact that how much AI, what is the impact of AI that is going to be implemented, especially at the younger stage. So considering all these things, we had a very fantastic discussion today. We will meet you next Monday. Until then, have a nice week ahead. Happy selling and enjoy yourself.